In this video, we are going to discuss about glaucoma and drugs used in glaucoma. So, first of all, what is glaucoma? In our eyes, one fluid is present. It is known as aqueous humor. If it is present in normal level, then there is no problem. But as its level increases, it leads to damage to optic nerve, which means as aqueous humor level in eyes increases, intraocular pressure also increases. So this increased intraocular pressure leads to damage of optic nerve. So next part comes drug use in glaucoma. If we understand about glaucoma, that means we know about the cause, that is there is increase in aqueous humor secretion. This is the main reason for glaucoma. So our main aim for treatment comes, we have to decrease the aqueous humor secretion, or we have to decrease the level of aqueous humor in our eyes. So this can be achieved by two process. First, to decrease the secretion, and second comes to increase the outflow. First means we are decreasing synthesis itself, and second way means synthesis has already taken place, but we will increase the outflow, or we will increase the drainage of that aqueous fluid. So how we can decrease the aqueous secretion? Here come three class of drugs. First are alpha 2 agonist, which are apraclonidine and brimonidine. So how this alpha 2 agonist work? In first video of adrenergic system or sympathomimetic system, we have seen these alpha 2 receptors are present on blood vessels or capillaries, and where they causes the constriction of blood vessels. As constriction takes place, so supply of blood also decreases. So therefore synthesis or secretion of aqueous humor also decreases. Next come beta blockers. In their drugs are betaxolol, levobenolol, timolol, cartilol, and metoprolol. And the mechanism is same, because they causes the constriction of blood vessels. Next class is carbonic anhydrase inhibitor. Carbonic anhydrase is enzyme which uh, which leads to the formation of carbonic acid. It play major role in diuretics. Next, in the drugs in carbonic anhydrase inhibitors are brinzolamide, acetazolamide, and dorzolamide. Then our next class mean first was to decrease aqueous secretion. It is over, which means it was having three major class: alpha 2 agonist, beta blockers, and carbonic anhydrase inhibitor. Next is to increase the aqueous outflow, which means secretion has already takes place. Now we are increasing the outflow or increasing the drainage of that aqueous humor. Here we can do this by two process: by increasing trabecular outflow or by increasing uveoscleral outflow. In increased trabecular outflow, here are two class: miotics and alpha 2 agonist. These miotics we have seen in parasympathomimetics, that are pilocarpines and physostigmine. Pilocarpine comes under natural alkaloids, while physostigmine comes under cholinesterase inhibitor. Then next come alpha 2 agonist. In it is only one drug, that is dipiveprin. It is congener of adrenaline. And next is to increase uveoscleral outflow. There are only two drugs, latanoprost and bimatoprost. Just remember this last prefix, prost. Now how to remember these drugs? First, that is decrease aqueous secretion. Just remember A, then B, and C. A for alpha 2 agonist, B for beta blockers, and C for carbonic anhydrase inhibitor. Alpha 2 agonist decreases secretion by constriction of blood vessels. Beta blockers in also same manner. Then we have seen the drugs which increases outflow or drainage of aqueous humor. First class was increased trabecular outflow. Just remember these three drugs of increased trabecular outflow by DPP. Just don't get confused in alpha 2 agonist in increased trabecular outflow and alpha 2 agonist. In alpha 2 agonist, the drugs were apraclonidine and brimonidine. That means AB. While in second class, that is increased trabecular outflow, alpha 2 agonist is dipivaprin. Then last two drugs were that means that increases uveoscleral outflow. There are only two drugs, latanoprost and brimoprost. Just remember last suffix, that is prost.